Hey everyone, welcome back to the Data Crunch podcast. I'm Vadym, and today we're diving into a topic that's honestly kind of magical: augmented analytics. Not the sci-fi flying car sense, but in a way, it's quietly transforming how people making decisions with data. And joining me today is Ruslan, head of product at OX.
Hey Vadim, super excited to be back on the podcast. This is one of those topics I've been wanting to unpack for a while. It's such a shift in how we think about data access and decision making.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking about AI, machine learning, and natural language processing, all baked in our analytic tools. But instead of it being complicated, it's actually making things easier, more natural, less effort. And hey, before we dive deeper, if you're enjoying the show and want more real talk about analytics, decision making, and smart data workflows, go ahead and subscribe to the Data Crunch podcast. We drop a new episode every Thursday on YouTube and your favorite podcast apps. All right, let's kick things off. Ruslan, remember the time when we were talking to that retail client who had zero data team, just a bunch of spreadsheets, and somehow they built out this wild dashboard system using our tool and a bit of augmented analytics?
Oh yeah. The one where the operations lead basically turned into an analyst overnight because she could just ask question in plain English and get charged back. That was incredible.
Right. That's kind of promise here. What if you didn't need to know SQL to get real answers from your data?
And let's be real, that's a game changer. For so long, analytics has felt like a walled garden. If you didn't have the skills, you couldn't play. Augmented analytics tears that down.
Okay, so let's break it down for our listeners. What makes this kind of analytics different from the classic dashboards everyone's used to?
Three big things. First, automation. Tools can now prepare, clean, and even model data without you lifting a finger. That used to take hours or people. Second, NLP, natural language processing. That's the secret sauce behind the ask question in English, get answer in chats experience. It makes data feel conversational. And third, built-in intelligence, the machine learning part. The system don't just show you trends. They suggest them. They highlight anomalies. They notice things you might not even know to ask.
Yeah, and the wild part is that it doesn't take a 10-person data team to make this stuff work.
Exactly. That's the democratization piece. You can have one analyst or even none, just people curious enough to ask questions. The system does the heavy lifting.
Yeah, got it. I'm curious, what's your favorite example of that in real life?
Honestly, a finance team we worked with, just three people, manually pulling numbers every month, juggling these Excel exports, copy pasting like it was, the early 2000s. We gave them an augmented setup and boom! They had daily refresh reports, anomaly alerts, and even a bot that summarized performance.
Yeah, and suddenly they had time to think instead of scrambling. That's what I love about this stuff.
Yep. And if you're listening and thinking, okay, but what do I need to try this out? Here is the good news. It's already in tools like Dataplex from Google Cloud, BigQuery, and even some third-party platforms that plug into Sheets and BI tools. Don't need to reinvent the stack.
Yeah, Dataplex is worth calling out. It handles data governance and metadata automatically, which is a huge win for anyone who's tired of chasing down who owns what.
And BigQuery, of course, it's the muscle behind it. It, real-time querying at scale with AI integration baked in.
Now, no surprise, this stuff isn't all sunshine and rainbows. There are challenges. So, where do you see teams struggle the most?
Let's start with the obvious one: data quality. Garbage in, garbage out. If the inputs are messy, even the smartest tools can't help.
Yeah, totally agree. And I'd add user adoption. Sometimes you roll out these beautiful systems and crickets. People are afraid to click anything.
Right. Because if the tool's too complex or feels like a black box, people won't trust it. And then you are back to spreadsheet hacks.
Yeah, so what's the fix? I know we always talk about start small, right?
Yeah, exactly. Start with a real use case, a team that is eager. Give them something useful right away. Once they see value, it spreads. Also, make feedback loops. Make it like a habit. Ask what is working, what's confusing, and refine from where.
Yes, and please clean your data. Automate the pipelines, set up governance. That's the real foundation.
One more thing: augmented analytics works best when teams talk to each other. Sales sharing data with marketing. Finance is collaborating with ops. It's not just about insights, it's about shared language.
Awesome. So before we wrap up, what's your big takeaway for anyone thinking about getting started with this?
Well, do not overthink it. Augmented analytics isn't just, for tech giants anymore. Start with one decision you wish was faster and smarter. Try automating just that. You'll be amazed what opens up next.
Love it. And hey, if you're listening and thinking, I want to make smarter decisions with less effort and more trust in my data, check us out at ox.com. We build this stuff every day.
If you take one thing from this episode, let it be this: great insights don't need to be hard. With the right tools and mindset, smarter decisions are totally within reach. And if you need a hand, Ovox is always here to help.
Well, that's it for this episode today, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and drop us a comment, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode of the Data Crunch podcast.